I have just planted about every 1.5 to 2 inches the peas back along the back north end of the greenhouse. This is a pea finally coming up in the north bed in the greenhouse, and there's another one right there, another one right there, I think another one over there. And the peas are really starting to come up in earnest. There's a good one there. They're back. Oh, such a pretty bird. Getting all floofed in the wind. Hello. I guess you like that tree not being there anymore, huh? A nice clear view. Gosh, you're so pretty. Yeah, now I'm seeing the front. That's definitely it's got a reddish orange belly, so that's probably a red-tailed hawk. Oh, it's so pretty. As for the barrels on the white platform, I have now shifted it so that the bricks on the northern side are on their side and is like 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch higher than the ones on the south side. So the barrels are tilted now to give them a few more degrees of sunlight. Just had one of the cute giant squirrels that come through here try to dig up a bit amongst all of the seedlings. So I have now put out old racks using some chicken wire, some tubs, put things on the bed that will deter the squirrel. There's plenty of other places for the squirrels to dig in the yard. I just don't want them doing it in the beds where all of the seedlings are. The carrots in here are surviving the digging of squirrels, but for the most part, a lot of them are getting their true leaves. I filled in some of the gaps, mainly along the edges and then the other side of the long bed with the old dirt from the old didn't quite work potato towers. Done with the construction on 4 new beds. These will be in the shade of the shed for the morning sun, so they will get less sun hours than, say, the rest of the yard, but will still get a decent amount of sun during the summer. So I'm thinking in the front shortest bed, strawberries, gooseberries and strawberries, raspberries, a dwarf tree, and or raspberries. That's my figuring for now. The blackberry bush has been trimmed and turned back by about 2.5, 3 feet. I have put more panels back onto the greenhouse. We've gotten a little bit of rain lately. There's a tiny bit of hail, and so it's just more protection. Oh, and I also finally, the door used to bow inward so that this whole piece wasn't square, so like the panel didn't fit right, but now I've screwed, I drilled in holes closer so that this distance is actually square to the distance on the bottom, and like the panels are fitting better. The whole thing seems a little more secure, so I'm pretty proud of that. The black bed has been rotated and the trellis has been sunk into the dirt. My dad and my brother really helped me turn this thing around. It's so very heavy. This is the newest bed right here next to the door, and the original bed. This is, I haven't filled it yet, but the construction, my dad helped with the planning and the building and the constructing. Like, this is mostly his work. I just picked the place and measured how big it could be. This is for putting melons, maybe some vining squash in, and then next fall into winter, probably more peas. So this is the daikon radish that's self-sowed. Radish seedling coming up here. Look at those nice shoulders. It's already whiter than my thumb. It's nice. A little inside the greenhouse progress. Some of the radishes are really getting their true leaves now. And I think some of the bok choy might be as well. I thought I had planted them all in the too shady area, but it looks like we've got a couple. The red Russian kale is the tallest of the newly planted transplants. It's tallest, probably like 4 to 5 inches tall, as opposed to the blue curled scotch over here. That is not that far behind in its biggest. They're about 3 inches tall. Back over here, we've got our carrots coming in good. This bok choy doesn't seem to be doing so well, but it's I'm noticing it's growing a lot slower, especially when I compare it to like the radishes that were planted at the same time, which is fair. Radishes grow fast. Carrots back in this corner, I don't know if you can see them, are doing really well. They're stretching a little bit because they are a bit shaded back there. Hopefully that doesn't impede them too much. Some of the daikons here are starting to get their true leaves, which means I need to thin them because this is way too close for daikons. Like, see, that one's really pulling ahead. Over here, under the glass, the beets really aren't doing anything. Radishes are doing great. The garlic's chugging along, more radishes. And yeah, even the last planted radishes back here are really starting to take off. The peas are starting to produce semi-regularly. I've been eating like 1 or 2 peas off of them every other day or so, and there's tons of flowers, and they're still growing taller and taller, but I am starting to see down here for signs of a sickness or something, so maybe we'll see about trimming that. Peas are doing fantastic. I'm starting to get multiple peas off of them, and the carrots back here look great too. The peas over here in the south barrel are still way lacking, but hey, they've got their first flower. The scatter planted radishes in here are also doing pretty well. I have planted under the little wire rack there some more radishes. I have put in these 2 viola transplants interspersed in here. Planted some watermelon radish as well as in the southernmost parts under the grates over here. I think it's fair to say the lavender wants a bigger pot.